MAGA mockers gloat over starving families in November. Karma's coming. You heartless fools, listen up. You red hat-wearing clowns cackling on your phones about folks skipping meals this November. Yeah, I'm talking to the ones filming themselves smirking, full-bellied and smug, while kids, old folks, and the disabled scrape by on nothing. You think it's hilarious? A big joke to rub in the faces of anyone who didn't bow down to the orange man. Wake the hell up. If some disaster hit your doorstep tomorrow, your mom wasting away in a hospital bed, your kid crying from an empty stomach, your grandma too weak to stand, and the rest of us started churning out TikToks laughing our asses off, mocking your pain like it's primetime comedy. Would you be grinning then? Hell no. You'd be raging, calling us monsters, demanding justice. But here you are doing exactly that to strangers. What a bunch of hypocrites. Let's cut the bullshit right now. This ain't about politics anymore. It's about basic human decency, the kind you flushed down the toilet the second you hit record on those vile videos. You're out there, faces fully exposed, no masks, no shame gloating that libtards. Or whoever you hate this week deserve to starve because they didn't vote your way. Says everything about your rotten core. You parade around with crosses on your necks or God bless America in your bios, but celebrate suffering. That's not faith, that's straight up evil. Real people of compassion don't cheer when families go hungry. They help. They empathize. They sure as shit don't turn misery into content for likes. Think about it for a second if your pea-sized brain can handle it. November rolls around, holidays looming, and instead of turkey and pie, millions are staring at empty fridges. Food banks stretched thin, prices jacked up from all the chaos the orange man and his crew stirred up over the years. Supply chains still messed from pandemics and trade wars, inflation biting everyone in the ass except the billionaires you worship. And your response? Laughter, memes, videos of you chowing down on steaks, captioning it, "Cry more, snowflakes, this is what winning looks like." Winning. That's your idea of a win. Watching children, innocent kids who didn't vote for anybody, go to bed with growling bellies. Elders skipping meds to afford a loaf of bread. Disabled vets, the ones you claim to support our troops for, now too broke to eat. You know what that makes you. Cowards hiding behind screens, too chicken shit to face real life. Energy doesn't lie, folks. What you spew out there, that toxic glee over others' pain, it's gonna circle back. Call it karma, call it the universe's middle finger, but it bites hard. Today you're the one with the full plate, mocking the hungry. Tomorrow could be you begging for scraps while the world scrolls past, chuckling. I've seen it happen 1,000 times. Bullies always fall hardest. Remember those smug types who laughed at foreclosures back in 08? Half of them ended up homeless themselves. Life's a brutal equalizer, and don't even start with the God crap. You slap that label on everything to justify your hate, but let's be real. Which God are you talking about? The one who said love thy neighbor, or the one you invented to excuse cruelty? People who actually follow any kind of moral code, yeah, even the non-religious ones don't revel in starvation. They don't film themselves satisfied that enemies are suffering. That's not divine, that's demonic. Confusing compassion with weakness. Nah, that's your playbook. You're not out here building kingdoms of light. You're dancing in the shadows, Illuminati style, all secrets and power grabs masked as patriotism. Peel back the layers on this November nonsense. It's not just random hunger strikes or whatever fairy tale you're spinning. We're talking real fallout from policies that gutted safety nets. Food stamp cuts proposed left and right during the orange man's reign, remember? Welfare queen's rhetoric that starved programs while tax breaks flowed to the top. Now, with elections dust settling, folks on fixed incomes, Social Security barely covering rent, let alone groceries, are feeling the pinch harder than ever. Inflation. Still raging on basics like eggs and milk. Gas prices. Up again, trucking costs passed on to every aisle in the store. And you MAGA diehards. Instead of pitching in, you're producing content farms of cruelty. One video I saw, some guy in a trucker hat, biting into a burger, saying this is for all the Biden voters going hungry, enjoy your nothing. Comments flooded with laughing emojis, high fives. Disgusting. But let's dig deeper, because this runs way beyond 1 month. It's a pattern with you lot. Hurricane hits Puerto Rico, throw paper towels and blame the victims. Wildfires in California, call it bad forest management while people lose everything. Pandemic. Downplay it, mock masks, then cry when your own catch it. Now, economic hardship from years of division and your move is humiliation. That's not strength, that's fragility. Deep down, you know your wins are hollow. The orange man promised the moon walls, jobs, greatness, but delivered chaos, deficits, and a divided nation where neighbors hate each other over bumper stickers. And when the bill comes due, you point fingers and laugh at the suffering. Imagine flipping the script. Your family hit hard job loss, medical bills piling up, fridge echoing empty. World doesn't care, they make reels roasting you. Look at the MAGA morons starving, should have voted better. Your blood boils, right? That's the mirror you need to stare into. Empathy isn't weakness, it's what separates us from animals. But you've devolved. Celebrating starvation of the vulnerable children who can't vote, elders who built this country, disabled folks fighting daily battles that's low even for bottom feeders. This Illuminati jab isn't hyperbole. Think about it. Secret handshakes in politics, elite clubs pulling strings while the masses scrap. You claim to fight the deep state, but you're the foot soldiers for the real overlords, billionaires hoarding wealth, corporations dodging taxes, all while you distract with culture wars. God. Lucifer's more your speed if joy comes from others' tears. True faith demands mercy, not mockery. Feeding the hungry, clothing the naked, ring any bells. Nah, you'd rather feast and film, word count pushing here, but let's keep hammering. November's just the tip. This glee exposes the rot in MAGA soul. You rallied for America first, but who's America? The one where only loyalists eat, dissenters starve. That's dictatorship vibes, not democracy. The orange man set the tone, insult, divide, conquer. Rally crowds chanting hate, now online mobs doing the digital version. But reality crashes parties. Economies don't care about loyalty oaths. Hunger doesn't discriminate by vote. Karma's patient, though. It waits. One bad harvest, one market crash, one personal tragedy boom. You're the one in line at the food pantry, and guess what? Those you mocked might be volunteering there, handing you a box without a word of gloat. That's grace. Learn it before it's too late. You've shown your true colors, full face and all. No hiding. The world sees, and it remembers. Throw that energy out. Expect it back tenfold. Misery shared is misery multiplied, but compassion. That builds unbreakable chains. To all you decent folks reading this, the ones horrified by this cruelty, fighting for a better way, keep pushing. Share stories of real struggle, not mockery. Help where you can. Donate to food banks, volunteer, call out the bullies. This November, let's make it about lifting up, not tearing down. MAGA mockers, this ain't an invitation to debate. I'm not coming back to argue in comments. Facts are facts, hearts are hearts, and yours are black as coal right now. Change or choke on your own venom. Follow, like, and share this post to stay connected. I appreciate every single one of you. Love always, Santiago, DC, Maria, the queen of crowning thoughts. Because I speak without filters and say it like it is.